You are watching Inside the Huddle, presented by Community Coffee. I'm Emily Dixon, and this week we are joined with punter Zach von Rosenberg. Zach, happy belated birthday, the big 3-0. Welcome to the club.
Thank you.
And you saved the best for your senior season. You were one of the NCAA's best punters through 3 games so far in 2020. So what was your off-season like to have such a quick start like that?
A lot of it was Mac playing, my coach Greg McMahon playing to my strengths. We looked at 2018 film and 2019 film, and I hit the ball significantly better in 2018. And what we did in 2019 was we changed the philosophy. He really focused on the direction of my punts and not the necessary distance and hang. And whereas this year he's emphasized back to 2018, he said we still want the angle, we still want it to really land here outside the numbers. But he decided that we need to get back to distance and hang punts because we have such athletic talent running down the field with Racing McMath and John Trey Kirkland. And I've just been hitting consistent balls and meeting his I guess requirements of what he wanted for each punt.
Love special teams coordinator Greg McMahon. He's so much fun to watch. Now let's start back in the beginning. So you were one of the best high school pitchers coming out of high school in America. You signed with the Pirates. Then following the 2014 season, you retire and decide to enroll at LSU. So what was that push behind your decision to enroll, become part of the football team as a tight end?
A lot of it had to do with my whole life has been structured around sports. And so I enrolled at LSU, walked on the football team. I was undersized for a tight end. I think I came in like 210 and I put on 40 pounds. I enjoyed my time as a tight end, but I saw an opportunity and was given an opportunity to be the backup punter. And I realized that I had the best shot of making an impact on this team as the punter, and that's why I made the transition.
Did you ever hear from any of your old baseball teammates, like, hey, I saw you on TV, you're punting now, like, wait, where did that come from?
I had a bunch text me right before the national championship game, and they were just saying, I can't believe this is really happening. Like, I still remember, like, because I was pretty down right after baseball had ended. They're like, man, you were trying to, whatever you could to get on an independent ball team or whatever. And I had to change my dream, and that's what I think I've mentioned this before. But when you have a dream and that dream doesn't come true, you need to invent something new. You got to reinvent yourself, and that was kind of what I did.
Speaking of changing the dream, so your dream starts totally relying on your arm as a pitcher. Then now everything relies on your leg as a punter. What was the transition like going from two different, that's quite a difference.
In terms of mentality, it's really not that much different because you're out there, once the ball is in your hand, the whole play is dictated by you. You're hitting the ball, as far as you can down the field with direction, whereas in baseball, you're trying to throw a strike. But in terms of physicality, it's completely different. You're doing squats, lunges, explosive, fast twitch, leg exercises. You kind of do that for baseball, but for a starting pitcher, it's a lot more around endurance because you have to last almost the entire game pitching. Coach Moffitt's been great about that, and he's been here. He's a legend. He's been here 20-something years now, and he knows exactly what every player needs, and that's what he put me in a great program, and we did what we needed to get me ready to be a punter.
But now it's 2020. You're playing phenomenal. Cade York, he's picked up right where he left off, multiple 50-yard field goals already. Avery Atkins, Mr. Reliable on kickoffs. How does this special teams unit and that room stack up to the teams you've been a part of in the past?
We were fortunate with Blake. We always had the older special teams room. This was actually probably our youngest special teams room. The mentality of our room is like we're years ahead of what we are, and I think that's a huge factor in why we're doing so well, as we have so much confidence and comfortability with one another, and that's why we're performing at the level we are.
Lastly, given that you've been on this roster for a while, you have enough experience to answer this. Every team goes through adversity, and 2020 has been no different and has probably thrown more on y'all's plate than you've ever had before. But what are some of the keys on the player side of getting back on track, starting this weekend versus South Carolina, and keep moving forward?
It's easy for me. It's one day at a time. It's not getting ahead of the task at hand. Every day is opportunity, and you're either going to play at your best or you're not. And on some days you're not going to have it. But the key is knowing what your keys are, knowing the offense you're facing, knowing the defense that you're facing, knowing what being perfect at practice. Perfect practice is what you roll over into the game. Because guys are still coming into their own. They got to figure out how to make Monday through Friday impact their gameplay on Saturday. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck this Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching this week's Inside the Huddle, presented by Community Coffee, the state coffee of Louisiana and official coffee of the LSU Tigers.